Now, we all knew that Disney's Snow White reboot starring Rachel Zegler was going to be a disaster, okay? But honestly, I didn't realize just how deep this nightmare actually ran. Now, we all saw the writing on the wall, but the amount of cope surrounding this fiasco is off the charts. You see, Rachel Zegler and the media are still out here trying to spin this colossal failure, and it's some sort of misunderstood masterpiece. And the timing, yeah, they're trying to go ahead and simply do this while everyone's distracted because Minecraft, as you all know, came out and absolutely buried Snow White. Okay, and it was like Minecraft was old yellow with the shotgun, and Disney Snow White starring Rachel Zegler got taken behind the shed and put out of its misery. Now, the Rachel Zegler movie Snow White is at this point toast, and it's stunning to watch the press pretend otherwise. Okay, but yeah, let's be real here. You see, Rachel Zegler and this Snow White movie didn't even hit $100 million domestically. Now, in fact, it's probably not going to. That's humiliating right there. Now, we're talking about a Disney princess movie from the same studio that used to crank out $1 billion hits, okay? Like it was nothing. And now, I mean, it's sitting at around $169 million worldwide, and that's cringe levels of bad. Like we're in embarrassment territory now. And as far as the budget's concerned, it's still officially unclear, but let's not pretend that it was cheap. You see, they've dumped so much money into marketing this version with Rachel Zegler and it with this Snow White film, and this thing is cooked. Now, the studio knows it, the fans know it. The only ones pretending is not are the access media outlets still desperately trying to prop up Rachel Zegler. Now, at this point, the domestic opening weekend that was at a pathetic $42 million, but right now it's actually limping along around 77 million. But maybe it'll hit 78, or probably has by now. But by this weekend, or if they're lucky, but at this point, who even cares? You see, the damage is already done. Now, finally, theaters can start dumping this insufferable mess, and I do mean finally because if y'all don't know, Disney strong arms theaters into just going ahead to keep their movies on the screens longer than they should be. Okay, now they literally have deals in place requiring a certain number of screens for any kind of for a certain number of weeks for any movie, and that they're trying to bank big on with their messaging. And Snow White with Rachel Zegler was no exception. You see, theater owners were locked in, forced to keep Rachel Zegler film on their screens instead of just simply giving more showtimes to Minecraft. Now that's how far Disney went to go ahead and save this box office disaster with Rachel Zegler in it. Okay, now just quickly imagine owning a theater and being forced to keep Snow White on multiple screens, while Minecraft, on the other hand, keeps selling out. Okay, for every show. I mean, kids want to see Minecraft. Parents want to take their kids to see Minecraft, but nah, can't add more Minecraft showings because of the simple fact that the mouse said you have to keep playing this tone deaf nobody wants this Snow White movie, the reboot and everything starring Rachel Zegler. Okay. And that's the insane reality theater owners are dealing with. And it's not a conspiracy at all. It's just business contracts. Disney throws its weight around, to just simply protect trash like this one starring Rachel Zegler, and everyone else suffers. And yes, all of that protection was for Rachel Zegler's Snow White, which still got destroyed. And that shouldn't even be any surprise to any of us because we all saw this cap coming anyway. But this is the same junk that I've talked about when it came to Mufasa as well as Sonic 3 at the box office. Mufasa hogged screens, and Sonic 3, the movie people actually wanted to see, couldn't even get a decent placement. And then Sonic 3 went digital too fast, and Mufasa got a last minute box push. You see, It's all manipulation at this point, plain and simple. And Snow White is no different. See, the only difference is the huge meltdown that's happening behind the scenes because, well, let's be honest, Disney doesn't know exactly what to do with this disaster of movie star Richard Segler. And speaking of disasters, the funny part is that the media is coping hard, like even harder than I've ever seen in years. Now, I'm talking full on delusion. You see, they're out here running with headlines like Richard Zegler Snow White remake lands on major top 40, highest grossing charts. Now, it it beat Mean last year's Mean Girls as they claim. But let's hand out a participation trophy and act like this wasn't a total fiasco. That's what they're basically running with. And by the way, they're not even adjusting for inflation with this. Now, if they did, it's even that pathetic achievement would vanish instantly. And speaking of instantly and stuff, there's like this photos going around online where Rachel Zegler actually comes out of hiding. She's been found in New York City this past week, just walking her dog and everything, just wearing clothes, of course, got to keep the trendy clothes and everything. Uh Seems to me she may or may not be wearing any makeup. I mean, the 23-year-old actress Rachel Zegler, I mean, it's like the last time I probably seen her was when she recorded herself watching Snow White with her as well as her close group of friends, and the theater was empty. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure that she's feeling defeated and everything, and that's no surprise right there because once you let your mouth on run, I mean, there's consequences to those particular actions. Okay, now the media is complaining to it to stuff like comparing it to stuff like Fiddle on the Roof. I mean, that musical had like a quarter of a budget and didn't even get the kind of saturation marketing that Snow White had. Okay, I mean, at this point, it's laughable. Musicals aren't even a dominant genre anymore. And when was the last time that you've actually saw? I mean, I'm being honest. When's the last time you saw a musical dominate the summer box office? I mean, you don't. It's a niche, but they'll latch on to anything to say, look, it wasn't a total failure. I mean, everyone knows the truth. You see, Richard Zegler's Snow White was dead on arrival anyway. It's been like what 3 years coming, and now they're playing the victim card. I mean, playing it hard. I mean, built-in misogyny and racism of Hollywood. That's what they're calling it. That's what Pink Villa is saying. Okay, that's why they're saying that Richard Zegler's Snow White failed. Okay, not because it was pure and unmitigated garbage. Not because Rachel Zegler made herself insufferable every time she opened her mouth. Nah, it's all because of sexism and racism. I mean, sure, case closed. Wrap it up. I mean, that's the real reason. I mean, obviously not because the lead actress told half of the fan base to get lost and mock the source material and stuff, especially when she went on ahead and campaign for a Democrat Party. Nah, just good old fashioned systemic oppression, according to them. And even Refinery 29 got in on the action, okay? And here's where it actually gets, real shady. You see, they updated an old fluff article about Rachel Zegler on April 8th. Why? So it shows up in fresh search results. And you look up Snow White and bam, don't blame Rachel Zegler for the movie's failure. I mean, you can easily do that probably now still. And it pops up at the top. All a part of the game that they're trying to flood the zone with positive PR because they know people are onto the grift and stuff. I mean, it seems to me that Bob Iger is acting desperate at this point. They know the narrative is slipping, so they're pushing last minute cleanup before the body gets cold. Now, all the recent articles, I mean, I'm talking hours old or days old or trying to prop her up. She's still a star. She's got more projects coming. She's being seen with her dog in NYC. I mean, exactly what are we doing here? This right here is cope and seething on steroids. And the sad part is she does look miserable in the photos that I did show you all. Paparazzi photos showing her looking like she basically just realized what a massive mistake that she made. I'm gonna pull it up here again. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up here. Take a look at it. Now she made a mistake, a massive mistake, running her mouth for 2 years straight. Instant regret, maybe, probably. You can see it in her face right here. Reality finally hit Rachel Zegler like a freight train. But because let's be honest, I mean, Rachel Zegler has been on this narcissistic ego trip, calling herself a huge narcissist in interviews, whether she's joking or not joking. Either way, I'm taking it at value, acting like she's untouchable. And now, boom, audiences turned on her. You know, her movie flopped, and even Disney can't spin it hard enough to go ahead and save her. I mean, honestly, that's not a meltdown. That's a huge implosion right there. And she brought it on herself. Now, you don't spend 2 years mocking fans and expect a warm reception as well as play love expect people to love you when you play the victim. It's not rocket science. And here's the kicker. Hollywood still loves Rachel Zegler no matter what because wokeism still dominating Hollywood at this point. Now, she got invited to the Met Gala. That's not something that nobody's get. So even though audiences rejected her, the Hollywood crowd is still keeping her close. I mean, why? Because Rachel Zegler says what they want to hear. She preaches the right talking points. Rachel Zegler is useful, and even if she flops a dozen more times, the insiders will keep her around no matter what, because you know what? It's all about politics and image, not talent or success. Okay. And that's the messed up part where they got wrong and where their actions was leading them to go broke. But I mean, let's be real here. I mean, the Met Gala is a circus of rich people stroking each other's egos among other physical parts. So Rachel Zegler will go wear some tone deaf, ridiculous outfit, and everyone will just simply go ahead and act like, you know, she's still a queen. Now, they'll head to the bathroom and do some snow of their own and stuff, if you know what I mean. You know how Hollywood roll. And it's not about morals or even integrity. You see, it's about keeping the right faces in the club. So, yeah, she'll be fine, apparently, not because she earned it, but because the game itself is still rigged, unfortunately. But here's the problem. You see, Rachel Zegler can't stop talking. She can't keep her mouth shut. Every time you hand her a microphone, Rachel Zegler blows it. She says something dumb, alienates more people, and makes herself even harder to defend. Like that pre-release interview where she claimed that, you know, Snow White was going to end racism and even change the world. I mean, what? Like, this isn't Selma. You see, this is a Disney princess reshoot. The only thing it ended was Disney's winning streak. Okay, that's it. That's all. Nothing else. Now, she's her own worst enemy, as I've said before. And even though Disney might want to throw Rachel Zegler under the bus to save face and not take accountability, guess what? They're stuck. You see, because she's now a part of their PR identity, and they can't afford to look like they're backtracking. So instead of just simply cutting ties, and I mean, they'll just keep pimping out fluff pieces and propping up the whole, you know, corpse of this failed, you know, film that nobody, you know, noticed, hoping nobody notices already, starting to decompose. Okay. Now, I've talked about this thing for like the past few years and stuff, and I'm still shocked by how it's still going. But at the end of the day, Snow White didn't bomb just because of Rachel Zegler, but she sure didn't help. Now, you could put a solid chunk of the blame on Rachel Zegler's shoulders, but she didn't write the script, but she made it impossible to root for her. And in Hollywood, I mean, your image is everything. Okay. Now, she destroyed hers in record time. And you can't fix that with a few updated articles and red carpet appearances. No, you've got to actually change. Okay. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe Rachel Zegler ends up on Broadway. She can sing. I'll give her that. But maybe she gets some therapy, tones down the narcissism, learns some humility, of course. But that might not happen. But if that happens, I mean, she might actually make a comeback. Now she's still young. It's not impossible, but until that happens, I mean, Rachel Zegler is simply going to be stuck in the same cringe loop of Hollywood telling her that she's perfect, basically, while the public keeps tuning her out. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, click that like button on this for this video, and turn on the bell notification. And I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, peace.